Oh. Ashley Smith says the story of her kidnapping and what happened in that apartment is a story of redemption. A woman and a man, both struggling with personal demons, are thrown together by fate in a moment of enormous potential violence, and each emerges somehow better for the experience. Joining me now, Tony Perkins, president of the Family Research Council. Tony is also an ordained minister who still speaks to different congregations around the country, and he's author of the new book, No Fear: Real Stories of a Courageous New Generation Standing for Truth. Tony, good to see you. The story has to move even non-believers a little to stop and consider what the power of faith in God can do in your life.
It's a powerful story, and as a reporter, you know this, as a law enforcement officer, I've not seen many cases like this, and it really is the power of redemption. As she simply read from the Purpose-Driven Life and that message of forgiveness and redemption, which all of us are really down deep, whether we admit it or not, are searching for that peace that only comes through forgiveness, that comes through Jesus Christ. And she tells that story, two lives transformed, both on wrong paths, but they come out of there forgiven. They have to pay for the choices they've made, but forgiven.
And she paid as well, for her drug addiction and losing custody of her daughter for a time, and then obviously that night was the beginning of a new life for her. Are you surprised that Hollywood chose to make a movie like this?
Somewhat, but not completely, because this is really an inspiring story. It's a tragic story. Look, we've had 4 people lost their lives in this, but it does show the power of forgiveness and transformation. This thing ended the way it did, and you can't argue with the evidence. Now, some people would say, that religion stuff, I admit I'm not all for it. Just like Nichols said, I don't want that church BS. The reality is the evidence is there. This thing ended in a peaceful situation where he surrendered himself, and as you said earlier, he had no reason to do that after taking 4 lives. He could have killed her and other people and himself on the way out, but it ended different because of that message. That is the power of the gospel of Jesus Christ. It transforms lives and makes prisoners free.
Is it any sort of a testament to, people can argue about God in the public square, but at least keeping the porch light on for God in the public square. We're sort of removing God from every corner of life right now, and you see the power of faith and belief in Him that can change lives in this story.
That is why we must keep that light going, because you see it. The evidence is overwhelming. I look at my home state of Louisiana, Angola prison, where the most dangerous prison one of the most dangerous in the United States, transformed by the interjection of faith, where they're actually having a revival in that prison. It's the power of the gospel. It transforms even the lives of prisoners.
And the story of forgiveness, the ability of this woman taken hostage in her own home, bound up, left in her bathroom. She didn't know what was going to happen to her, and knowing he had killed 4 others, she in the moment finding the power to forgive.
But not only to forgive, but the peace that to walk. Think about that as a young woman, being in a situation with a guy has just killed 4 people. He was a rapist. She had the peace, as she just told you, that because of God speaking to her, that she could make a choice, and she made that choice, and God walked through that event with her.
It's amazing, and it is an inspiration to just do better and be better. Tony, it's great to see you.
And take that and receive that forgiveness. It's powerful.
Thanks for being here.